Ciao a tutti, welcome to another journal page. So, for today I've decided to participate to Inktober 2020, but in my way. So I've created a journal page with all 31 drawing, all in the two pages, and of course they are pretty small. Now I will zoom it. So the first topic was the fish, and the word was fish, and so I draw a fish. So for this project I have decided to try all theme using a doodling technique. But since I have again the draw is they're pretty small, so I'm using just some basic techniques, so just some simple lines and some circle, dots, line and dash for the tail. And for the body of the fish, for example, I have added some semicircle to give the idea of the scales. And then I gave him a cute eyes. Then for the second theme, it was wisp, and I have decided to doodle a girl with a big wisp on her hair, coming out of the left corner of the page. And by the way, for all the project, I'm using Kelly Creates a fine brush marker pen for all the line art that is a bit bold and in a brush version, and then just my black gel pen to add some detail and the doodle inside. And I keeping a close-up photo after each draw is finished. But then in the end you will see the big picture with all the complete page. And when I added the black in the bottom, I noticed that there are some marks in the page, and I think it was the glue coming from the previous page. But this one, to be honest, didn't bother me much, and I think I even like even more, since I think it's a nice touch. It's a more distressed touch, say. Then I have concentrated my doodling on her hair. I was just drawing some semicircle again and some diagonal lines, alternate one each other per each section of the hair. And in this way, it's like she's kind of wearing a braid, something like that. So that was my idea, at least. At least that's what I can see from her. And then I give her some cute round cheeks, some line in her cheeks that I really like. And this theme will be on every girl that I have on those page. Then next theme. Next theme is bulky, and I wanted to have the Inktober word in the middle of the two pages, but I decided to combine the words with the theme, so about bulky. So I have the ink part of the word Inktober in black, and then Tober part written to simulate some big bold letters that are bulky on the rest of the page. So that's the theme bulky. How I interpret the theme bulky. So I'm just giving some line to show the dip of the letters, and the rest is just will stay white. Instead, the ink part, as I was saying, it will be all full black. I'm gonna put some music here and there in this video. I'm sorry that it became so long. I was trying to short it as much as possible, but since there are 31 projects in one video, I couldn't make smaller than kind of around 30 minutes. That is not so bad. In the end, it's less than 1 minute per project. Moving on to number 4 theme, it was radio, and although I'm from 80s, so I was used to have a radio at home and listen to the music from there. But mostly I'm used, recently, let's say, I'm using the auto radio to listen some music, so that's why I decided to draw directly the auto radio. That is the one that I'm really more used to listen music. The fifth theme was blade. So I went for a big sword, placed it into the ground, and at the bottom, at the corner, left corner of the two pages. And I was just adding some doodling here and there, especially on the handle of the sword, and some line and some arrows in the blade itself. Just try to symbolize all the engravings and dots to indicate some gems. That was the idea, at least. So the sixth word for Inktober was the cutest of the whole page that I did. So the theme was about rodent, and I went for a squirrel. Since it was already cute in my sketch, I was worried when I was doing the line art, so I went really slow, careful, and I was also worried about doing too much doodle. So I tried to move the pen in the direction of the air, kind of keeping the draw mainly white with just small adding touch for the doodles itself. Word number 7 was fancy, and so instead to go for a girl with the fancy clothes, I prefer to stay more close to fantasy meanings of the word. So I draw a marmalade. I've decided to place her close to the sword, so that in the end the sword became really giant compared to the little marmalade touching it, and also close to the fish. So all the marine theme are on the left side of the page, and this is something that I will repeat in the rest of the page, so I have kind of few themes here and there in the page. I have doodled her tail similar to what I did for the fish before, and her hair similar to what I did with the other girl, so I want to be consistent with all the other drawing on the page. And so my girl here have some strange expression, to be honest. It came out with really kind of surprise expression, or I don't know, but it's cute. So number 8 theme was about teeth, and I decided to make it really simple. And since we are close to Halloween, I went for a bat slash, let's say, vampire theme. So I like how it came in the end, but I really keep it simple and cartoony. I was a bit tired doing the other drawings, so I was kind of relaxing and enjoying the moment with this one. Mainly I keep it simple in the body, and I add some doodling in the wings. Number 9 mine was even simpler than the one before, so the word was throw. So I draw a garbage basket throwing out some paper ball. Nothing special, but easy and cute. I ran out of idea at this point, so I was like, okay, keep it simple. And I place it on the right corner on the top, and then I just had some doodling in the paper balls and in the basket, just some lines. Adding also some lines to indicate the throwing of the motion. Then for the number 10, the theme was hope. So I decided to draw a rainbow appearing after a storm. You will see in the end of the page that beside the rainbow we will have a storm. That is another theme from another day. So for the rainbow I just keep it simple. I just was drawing some lines in different direction in all the different color of the rainbow itself. And I thought that the drawing a rainbow was really appropriate because usually when I'm enjoying watching a storm, of course from the inside, but I'm after the storm I'm really looking to find some rainbow here in the sky. Now, the 11th theme. The 11th theme was about disgusting, and so I decided to draw a broccoli. I was inspired with the Inside Out Disney movie, so when disgust saved Riley from broccoli. My son is really into this cartoon lately, so I thought about that. And anyway, I'm not a fan either of broccoli, so I thought it was appropriate. So now slippery theme is the 12th theme, and I went for an easy and simple scene. I just draw a soap moving on top of the bulky letters to have a slippery surface. Good, ready, let's say, for the shoes that is just beside, next to the soap that I will draw later is another theme of the Inktober. Next theme is about dune, easy peasy, let's say. There I just draw some dune, but I incorporated the dune as a ground of all the pages, starting from the sword to the other side, and keep it simple with just some dots here and there. And on the sand I draw also the 14 themes, that is the next one, that is about armor. For the armor, at the beginning I was about to draw a normal medieval armor, but then I thought that since we have the dune, we may have some scorpions in there on the desert. And so I remember that one of my favorite cartoons in the 80s was Saint Seiya, or I Cavalieri dello Zodiaco for Italian folks. They had beautiful armor, so why not drawing a Scorpio? And I was following a reference to draw it. I tried to be as precise as possible, but yeah, I tried. It was not my favorite, let's say, the Scorpio character, but with that kind of poisonous nail attack. But it is my zodiac sign too, so I could not draw another armor from the Cavalieri dello Zodiaco. I had to stick with the Scorpio. And are you old enough to remember this cartoon? Which was your favorite knight? And I had so much fun that I draw also the casket where the gold armor is stored. Try to keep the armor as precise as it was in my reference. Next word. So team 15 was about outpost. Since I went a bit crazy on the previous one, and took really a long time for that one, you saw it. For this one I went really basic and drawing an old tower, maybe in woods to defend the border of the desert. And I incorporate the doodling on each standing of the outpost, and also in kind of simulate the wooden material. Now we move from an old outpost to modern rocket. So the next word was about rocket, and I draw a rocket, and I didn't spend much time to reflect on what to draw, so I keep it basic. But I was enjoying the doodling here and there, so I had different doodling on the top triangle part, kind of cross each other line. And then in the middle part I was trying to simulate the metal material, kind of drawing some squares, and then I went also crazy with the fire on the lower part. Yeah, I had fun with it. So next theme is about a storm, and as I was saying before the rainbow, I want to draw this storm, this hurricane, with some dots, and just to simulate the storm, the force of the wind. And then next word was about trap. And again, this is another little scene on the page on the right corner. So again, I draw a spider net that kind of simulate the trap, and you will see that then I will draw also the spider, and this is a kind of small Halloween scene. And here some picture of the complete scene also. Next word was Daisy, so I decided to add another girl on this page, and with the kind of dizziness look or expression, and same style with the other girls on my page. So I added the same style on her hair and the same style on her cheeks. I went a bit more crazy on drawing some doodling on her shirt, but nothing really exciting, just normal, easy doodling lines. Next theme is coral. So I added this coral literally on the marine scene of my page. So it is close to the fish, close to the marmalade, and on top then you will have, we have another theme that is still a marine theme. And just went doodling here and there to simulate kind of the circle that are in the coral. So moving on to the 21st day or drawing team. This team was about sleep, and so I decided to draw a nice cat, cute cat, sleeping because that's what they're doing the whole day pretty much. But I'm a cat person, I really love them. Next theme is the 22nd, and the word was about chef. So I was simple on that one. I just draw the hat, the chef hat on top of the letter O, and with just some simple doodling, but really not. Majority of the draw is white. So, 23rd, day 23rd, so the word was rip, so I decided to really draw a tomb with the word rip, and this is again my Halloween scene, so I have the rip, I have the trap, I have the bat, and then we'll see the next one, and the next theme, and I just doodling here and there in the tomb. Number 24. 24 is the word dig. So I went again, now this time I'm moving to the desert scene. So I went to draw an excavator moving the desert sand into the outpost, kind of building the ground for the outpost. That was the idea. I was paying attention on how it looks, that the broccoli have been thrown from, it looks like the broccoli have been thrown from someone into the tower and it's about to kick the excavator with a surprise face of the marmalade passing by. Okay, that's a strange figure that I had in my mind, but yeah, that's what I was thinking. We're almost to the end. So the 25th is, the word is buddy. So I decided to give a companion to the bat that I drew just before. So my little bat slash vampire needs an helper, let's say, a buddy, indeed. So I draw the same style of the other bat, but just upside down, with again the doodle mainly on the wings. To add some touch on the Halloween scene, I was adding the next theme, that is hide. So there is like a skeleton coming out or coming behind the tomb with some doodling here and there. Then the next theme was music. So since I already drew the radio on the 4th day, I decided to add just some note coming out of the auto radio, and also a violin key, and that was mainly my doodling. I didn't add any specific there, just some notes here and there. Page is now busy and we are almost to the end. So 28, it's float. So I decided to draw again on the marine scene. To complete the marine scene, I was drawing some waves, and then on top of the waves I just put a paper, a boat done with paper, so I was doodling kind of a journal look of the paper, kind of origami looks. Then the 29 is about shoes. So first I did wrong this one. I thought it was just one shoe, but then I checked and it was two shoes. So okay, my mistake. So as I was saying before, I put the shoes close to the soap, so like of indicate the slippery theme that was from soap. So kind of pay attention shoes because you can slip away. Number 30, almost the end. So to complete the Halloween scene, I have added the spider that has a ominous, waiting someone to come and fall into the trap. So that was the theme. And finally we have the last theme of the Inktober, that was crawl, and for crawl I just draw a snake. I really enjoyed to create 31 draw with a team, but I like it. And the last part, since the page was so busy, I had to think about what to put next to each other. I like the result, and that I have doodled all of the team, and I try to keep the same technique. And this is the complete look of the page. Hope you enjoy, and see you soon.